Alright, I'm back with the next part of the Peasant to Emperor series, and I asked you all a question last time. Should we start taking the heads of enemy lords? Should we start thinning their numbers, executing every enemy, and trying to conquer the world that way? And my loyal counsellors have advised me not to take enemy heads. So I will listen to the advice. I don't think a single person said take the enemy heads. So that's a unanimous decision that we will be friendlier. Maybe we were blinded by the frustrations of war and our slow progress, and that's why I was thinking of resorting to taking heads, but instead we will attempt to be friendlier. Maybe we can befriend the enemy lords, and once our relation is high enough, maybe we can convince them to leave their current clan and join the Battanians. Maybe our goal of a united Calradia under a single emperor should be through friendship and not tyranny. But we are going to have to continue our war against the Aserai for now. I think our next war target obviously has to be this area here. If we can conquer the 3 castles and the 2 settlements, we can drive the Aserai across the bridge and make this river a separator between our lands. It will leave the Aserai with this little section here, which to be honest with you isn't that big. We could take a massive chunk from them now. But I just don't know if our allied forces have enough to keep going. Whether the armies have enough influence or whether we're going to have to disband. Maybe we even have to assemble an army of our own. I'm not entirely sure yet. But if we can somehow get to this river by the end of the war, that would put us in a really good position. Because going any further, I think will make an awkward shape for our land. It wouldn't make too much sense if we kind of like bent around this way. It would leave us vulnerable to other attackers. So maybe we make the river our end goal, and then we should probably focus on killing Vlandia. I don't know why we've left them there. They're in the corner, separated from everyone else. And if we take all of their land, we only have to worry about the right. We have arrived at the first of the enemy castles. We have built our siege camp and we're just going for it. There are 200 defenders. We're not going to bring any equipment. Caladog wants a quick battle, and we shall give him one. This castle is in a little bit of an awkward position. They do have 2 catapults firing at us as well. So the quicker we can get to the ladders, the better. We're not going to stall or anything like that. We're going to get the ladders up as soon as possible and take the castle. I don't even see any enemy archers. That's a lie. I see a handful over there, but not that many. The walls don't seem as protected as they usually are. Alright, forwards, men. They're dropping rocks on our heads, which is not ideal. Oh, I think they may have crushed a man. I'm trying to get a good angle on the guy who's dropping rocks on our heads, but the men keep pushing me to the side. To be honest with you, I think we're probably better off if we just climb in. Coming through, men. Coming through. I don't know what to call myself anymore. Warden of the West, Warden of the South, something else. Maybe we just become Warden of the Compass. We guard every direction. Alright, we're gonna have to clear the catapult. We can't allow them to keep firing at us with a weapon of mass destruction. We can take one of these fire pots though and use it against them. Okay, I don't know how effective that was. I don't know if I caused more harm than good. I don't know what happened to this guy to get stuck, but we're gonna kill him. He didn't even see it come in, and hang on a minute. Lads, come on. You've allowed the enemy to get back on the catapult? Oh? Did the catapult just launch him off the wall? What was that about? Let's try that again, shall we? Okay, I think the catapult is now safe. They keep trying to get the catapult. I don't know what they're trying to achieve though. We're pretty much inside. That being said, what has happened to the soldiers? Why are there more enemies coming? Have we finally breached, men? You've been battling these soldiers for quite a while. Oh, never mind. I'll just pretend I didn't shoot here. Well, it looks like we have won the battle. There's only 1 or 2 enemies remaining. I can't seem to get off this roof. Maybe I can go down the ladder. I don't know why you climbed up here, my friend. But now you're stuck, I get. Oh, never mind. He knows how to use a ladder. I was not expecting that. We have earned 74% of the battle loot. We earned 50 renown from this. It turns out majority of my soldiers took down the enemy. I mean, there were about 200 enemies and we took down 167. Not bad, men. Not bad. You've made our clan proud this day. We must now decide our next move. I don't know where Caladog is going to go. Is he going to go for another castle? Is he just going to patrol the area? I have no idea. Ideally, we'll take these 2 castles and push the enemy back to just 2 settlements on our side of the bridge. We do need to vote for who gets the castle. I would rather it not go to me, but I guess we are definitely Warden of the South now. We now have 6 castles and 1 settlement. I can't afford this, man. The garrisons, they're too expensive. We're going to be losing so much gold every day. We've moved on to the next enemy castle, but this one is a bit more defended than the previous one. There are 2 leaders here, although one only has 30 soldiers and the other has 83. But we'll have to see how it goes. As long as no more reinforcements show up, we should be fine. But it's going to be a bit tougher knowing that there's only 500 against 350. Well, this is not good and it may be a bit of a disaster for us. An enemy army of 650 reinforcements have arrived. But Caladog has gone with the attack anyway. He's not backing down. He's sent out the orders and the men are going to attack. We're going to have to somehow win this battle, take the enemy castle, then hide inside and try to recover as much as possible. But if there's not enough survivors, the enemy army may launch a counter siege and try to take it back instantly with us inside. So we can't afford too many casualties in this fight, which is a little bit awkward considering the enemy have all catapults and ballistas, which means we're probably going to suffer a fair few casualties, but I guess we jump on the battlefield and give it our best. I know we mostly have Fian archers, but even they can't perform miracles. But hang on a minute. I'm getting some deja vu with this castle. Is this not the castle we just took? Do the Aserai have a strict castle building blueprint that they must follow? Our attack is going to be a little bit slower than last time because we gotta wait for the men to push the ram and the tower up. I'm half tempted to just lift the ladder now and catch the men off guard. The enemy infantry is not here yet, so if I lift the ladder, the men should start charging and we might be able to catch them off guard. Never mind. They were waiting in the shadows. And now they're throwing javelins at us. And now I've been hit. They've taken out my good arm. Without my archery arm, I'm useless. I won't be able to assist the men. Have I made a poor decision in forcing the men to start climbing the ladders early? I just shot that man in the head and he didn't care. Right, climb soldiers. Climb. Climb and bring an end to our enemies. Climb and kill the Aserai. I'm trying to provide as much cover as I can, but I'm just one man with a bow. Maybe if I can get inside, I can shoot down at the enemies. Maybe that will assist the men further. I'm also questioning whether I should pull the javelin out of my shoulder. I feel like leaving that in place probably isn't the wisest decision. Then again, who knows? Maybe we'll bleed to death if we did that. But there are a lot of enemy soldiers here now. This may cause us some issues, I think. I don't have access to a rock or anything like that. And now they're coming for me? Are you a named person or are you simply a soldier? Your armor's a little bit fancier than the others, but it turns out he was just a soldier. Right, we need to somehow crush the enemy forces, get our soldiers inside, and take down the castle. I wonder if I can jump behind the enemy. I'll start hitting at them from behind. We may not be getting any kills, but I'm weakening every enemy soldier, which means our teammates should be able to finish them off. I don't know if the battering ram or the siege tower has made it inside yet. But we have taken the left wall. There are no more enemy defenders on this side. We're going to push our way through the castle now. I wonder, do you reckon if I spin quick enough we can clothesline someone with the javelin? Like if I just give him the old smack. No, we don't really turn quick enough. Never mind. That's not strong enough to knock a man out. We do find ourselves in a 1v3. A 1v2. A 1v1 now, I guess. Where do you think you're going, my... Oh. Okay, then. I was about to shoot him in the back, but, I guess it wasn't necessary, but the bannerman is on his way. That's when you know you've won the battle, when the bannermen show up. And the battle is over. They've given me another castle. I'm pretty sure the other lords must be getting annoyed at this point. The amount of land they have given me. I wonder if there's a way to check. If we take a look here under the Kingdom tab, how many belong to me? I mean, there's 5 castles there that belong to me instantly. But if we look at all the other clans, I don't think there's anyone else in the Battanian Kingdom who has as much land as I do. I'm pretty sure I own more than Caladog himself. But we have just received word that the enemy have launched a counterattack to retake one of the castles. We'll investigate to see what kind of army is over there, but I don't think we're going to be able to stop them. Well, I knew the army of 650 headed this way, but I didn't realize there was another army of 650. So there are 1,300 soldiers retaking my castle, and there are only 100 defenders. I'm sorry, lads, but you're not winning that battle. We have just learned that our spouse is with child. Oh no. This isn't good. Our spouse is in our army. We've brought our pregnant wife to the battlefield. I don't know if that's one of our wisest decisions. The castle is now making its final stand. It's going to do as much damage as it can, but it's not going to win. They're putting in a solid effort though, and reinforcements are on the way, but there's not enough of us. Hold on a minute, the men have engaged the enemy in combat? We had no choice but to back up the others, mainly because one of those others is the High King Caladog himself, and if the enemy take him hostage, this entire war is for nothing. They'll use our king as leverage, and they'll try to turn her against us. Across the battlefield will stand 14 Aserai lords. If we win this battle, I mean the amount we'll have as a prisoner, we have 17 already. With a further 14 on top of that, the war will pretty much be over. There's no way they can come back from this. For as much as I would like to focus on taking down the Aserai right now, our #1 priority is ensuring the safety of the king. We have to make sure he does not fall in battle. Well, this is a rare occasion for us. We are in charge of the entire army. Even though Caladog is on the battlefield, for some reason all of the Battanians have trusted me to lead them. I don't know what to do. This has never happened. We don't really have a good position, especially for archers. Ideally we want to be up on a hill, but we haven't had time to prepare. The enemy are just on the other side. Oh no, there's a 300 infantry. Alright. Men, you know what needs to be done. Cavalry on the left. Focus on the mounted archers. Cavalry on the right. Focus on the enemy archers. Infantry, shield wall. Archers, provide cover fire. It is going to be a brutal one, but we must hold. The men must fight as one. They're already surrounding our flanks. There are just too many of them. The others have entrusted me to lead them to victory, so we must show the world how great of a commander we are. I've been hit heavily by something and I don't know what. I don't know how well the shield wall is holding, to be honest with you. I can only hope that our cavalry is turning the tide of the battle. If the cavalry defeats the enemy archers and their mounted archers, maybe me and the infantry can hold. Just keep fighting, men. Don't back down. Stand as one. I don't know what's going on. There's bodies everywhere. The battlefield is covered in blood. It looks like the shield wall managed to hold. We're on the verge of falling though. Alright, infantry. Charge, men. Attack. Don't back down from the enemy. Fight to the death, men. Fight. All I ask is Caladog alive. Did we manage to save him? We're going to have to tell the archers to charge as well. But I don't know if we managed to save our king. The enemy archers are just up ahead. Oh! Come on, man. You could see me lining up with my bow. Did you really have to walk in the way? But we have fallen in battle. I tried leading the men to the best of my ability, but now it is in their hands to try and win this battle. Good luck, soldiers. Good luck. And we have done it. It is a proud day for the Battanians. The army has seen better days, but the fact that we came out of that alive is great. All that remains of the enemy army, there was over 1,000 of them, and now there are 3. That is it. We're going to have to pull back for now though. We need to retreat back to our settlement around the corner. So we're going to have to perform a little bit of a risky move right now. I need to make it back to Battanian territory in order to recruit some new soldiers. We can have a way bigger army than we currently have, and with the men that we've already lost, we need to get some fresh recruits in so we can start leveling them up over time and get a tier 6 army again. The issue being, we don't move very fast. I can't sell any more of my battle loot because there's no money in this settlement. And the Aserai may launch a counterattack while we spend days journeying north. So it may set us back a little bit, but I'm hoping if there's enough men around here defending the area, such as this army of 1,000, which actually is a lot more than I thought there was, we might be okay to quickly run north and back again in order to protect our land. But we're just going to have to go for it. We're going to have to run as fast as we possibly can. Oh, and we've just been told that the Aserai have launched a counterattack. Great. Maybe one of the armies will move in to intercept. The one with 1,000 troops is on their way, so hopefully they should be able to put a stop to that. We're going to sell some more battle loot here in order to make us move faster as we are overburdened. and maybe that'll speed up the journey a little bit, and we can get back on the battlefield sooner. You've got to be kidding me. We're on our way back to Battanian land. We need to recruit some soldiers, as I just mentioned, and the Vlandians have declared war on us. I thought the Vlandians were already in a war, but it seems like they have... Oh, actually, I thought we were just about to find out that they had made peace with the Western Empire and have now launched an attack on us, but instead, they're more than happy to fight 2 wars at once. Interesting move, but it does mean we're probably going to make peace with the Aserai soon. We should probably cash in on that 3,000 a day tribute. Okay, I have finished my recruitment run and we have nearly 200 soldiers in the army. This is the biggest sized army we've probably had in ages. I can't remember the last time I led an army of this size in any of my playthroughs, to be honest with you. But it looks like we're going to have to put our Warden of the South cap to the side for now and put on our Warden of the West helmet. We are going to have to take down the Vlandians. They've already launched an attack on one of the castles, and they have launched another attack on one of my castles. So we are going to have to head over there, see what we're dealing with, and decide whether we can put a stop to them. We do have a lot of influence, so maybe we can assemble an army of our own if needed. But now the Aserai have launched an attack on another castle of mine. Is our kingdom falling apart, eh? Let's take a look here. We should really be doing this option here, I think. We should be making peace, cashing in on that gold, and just focusing on the Aserai. No, not the Aserai, Vlandia. So many people want me dead, I'm getting my names mixed up. But what are we dealing with here then? We're dealing with an army of 700. They've launched their attack, so the defenders are now fighting for their lives. But how weak is that army going to have to be before we can make our move? We can't leave the defenders go too low, because if we do, we risk losing the castle. But at the same time, are we really in a position where we can fight 500 Vlandians? If I leave it any longer, the castle is gonna fall. I think the other castle has already fallen, which isn't good. We are launching some counterattacks in the south. I'm surprised one of these armies didn't come to assist me at my castle, but I see how it is, men. As far as our castle in the south goes, there's no one down there. All of the armies have moved north, which is kinda bad because it means the Aserai are gonna take advantage, which again backs up my thing of making a decision to end the war now. I mean, we have 10% support. What if I do the decision and put all my influence? It will mean nothing. They still will not accept my offer. Instead, we are going to have to gamble and try to take down an army of 350. This is the weakest it's going to be before the castle falls. It's a complete gamble with our 200 soldiers, but can we get it done? Can we defend our castle? I guess it's time we make our stand. The Vlandians are right in front of us, but there is a big canyon between us. Hopefully the canyon will slow down their soldiers and they won't be able to attack in one go. The only problem being that the terrain is quite flat, which is not what you want when you got archers, because it makes it difficult to shoot up and over the infantry. But they're already through the canyon? I thought it'd slow them down longer than that. I didn't expect the enemy forces to be right in front of us already. We also have the fresh recruits in the army as well. And almost every Vlandian has a shield. This is not good. Alright, soldiers. This may be our final moment. This may be the end. But we will not surrender. We will not give up to the Vlandians. We may not win this battle, but I assure you, we will win the war. We will defeat them at all cost. We may not win the battle, but we may motivate the others to take up our cause. Maybe we can inspire the future generation of Battanians. But it's nearly over for myself. I don't have much more health. I don't know how much longer I can keep up the fight. There's just too many of them, man. There's just too many. Our shield wall has fallen. We have been defeated in terms of infantry. Cavalry, we had already lost that battle before it begun, considering I don't own a single mounted soldier. But we still have range superiority. Maybe the archers can take over now. This one soldier is refusing to give up. And we have finally taken him down. And I am all that remains of our shield wall. Actually, some of the men survived. There's only about 10 of them. This is it. This is where we made our final stand. We've somehow won the battle. I don't know how, it's all down to the archers, but the infantry put their lives on the line. If it wasn't for the infantry slowing down the enemy infantry, the archers wouldn't have stood a chance. I salute you, men. I salute you. Thankfully, we have one of the best medics in the country. He ensured that only 5 men died in this battle. The other 50 that fell are only wounded and will soon recover and make it back to the front lines. Our archers took down over 200 enemy soldiers, and we earned 120 renown from that battle. We must now recover from our battle wounds. We also need to give the men a chance to recover after that mighty fight. I think they deserve a little bit of a rest, but I'm not too sure what to do next. Our allies are taking 2 castles in the south. The Aserai are taking a castle from us. But I think we may need to assemble an army of our own if there's anyone available. They may all be busy. Okay, there's a couple, but not many. There's only 3 lords available right now. But when we have the opportunity, we should assemble an army of our own and take those 2 settlements from the Vlandians. That will bridge the gap between our castles, and we can pin the Vlandians in this little area here. There won't be much room for them to maneuver once we accomplish that goal, and we can slowly pin them in until there's only 1 settlement remaining. As for the Aserai, well, as you've seen for the last God knows how long, I've been begging for a peace, but it doesn't seem to be coming anytime soon. In fact, the support for signing peace has actually dropped in popularity. It was 10% and it's now dropped to 8%. But I think that's going to be it for now. As I said earlier, we need to give the men a chance to recover before we make our next move. They deserve the rest, so we'll give them one. But as always, a big thank you to the channel members for your continued support. And if you enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe, and until next time, see ya.